Hi, if you want to help support LA Fintech and at the same time protect your identity, check out MagaCash.com. Your identity is your most valuable asset. Again, that's MagaCash.com. Check it out. Thanks a lot. Live LA Fintech.
Nice. Is it live, sir?
Can all stand?
Should we sit in the chair? Yeah, what did everyone?
We're having a dance party. It's Dogecoin.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for Julian coming down. Everyone else, thanks for coming down. LA Fintech. This is actually the last one for the year. Next month is going to be the contest for some of the other demos throughout the whole year. And so let's give it up for Julian with ProDoge.
So thank you everyone for coming out. You know, a few people here will be able to tell all your grandkids about this. You were one of the half a dozen people, right? So you might be, because we got a really interesting company, and I'll tell you about it. So the name of the company is ProDoge, right? I'm the founder, co-founder. That's Jimmy, the other founder over there. I guess I got 10 minutes or something like that. And so the app itself is really simple. I'll give some background just for color and that type of thing. I've been involved in fintech for at least 6 or 7 years. I got involved in this whole game because I was living down in Argentina and there was massive inflation. And I used to say I love the Argentinian peso. It's the only one devaluing itself faster than the dollar, And so anyways, but living down there, I saw people, literally running across the border, with bags of cash, these types of things, because they were capital controlled. So I was there down in 2008, and Bitcoin came out right around then, right? So, 2010, et cetera, and, various, the world moves on. And so my big focus and inspiration in life was that I wanted to bring multi-currency banking to the masses. So I've spent, the past half a decade or more building multi-currency banking solutions. And I still think that's a huge market that is relatively untapped. And what I'm talking about is, your bank account, all of us can really generally only hold USD. And that's, it'd be nice if I could diversify it into a basket of currencies. So anyways, started those things, and I was working in both the Bitcoin world, and I was also working in the FDIC insured world, and they're two sort of separate worlds, or they can be, or they were. Anyways, Bitcoin is now becoming much more institutionalized and, losing some of that luster and outlawed nature of its original early days. But so after my last banking startup thing, I had some time off and I was trying to figure out what to do, and I was saying to myself, if I could restart and do it all over again, I would do a crypto startup based around Dogecoin. And so that's what I did. And so here we are tonight, and I'm happy to introduce ProDoge really for the first time to anybody in the world. I haven't told anybody about it. I've done no marketing at all, and that's all very intentional. So anyways, ProDoge, what ProDoge is, and so the name of the company is ProDoge, or ProDoge, right? It's a play on words. And
French pronunciation.
Yes. And so one of the reasons why I was attracted to Dogecoin and really built the company around Dogecoin is because, Bitcoin gets all the headlines, or most of the headlines. But in my opinion, Bitcoin has failed as a payment mechanism. And I don't even think that's really a very controversial statement. Other people will say, yeah, but Lightning and all these other things. But, generally speaking, I don't think Bitcoin has taken off as a payment mechanism as it necessarily should have, or we might say would want it to, right? And why it hasn't is very simple. I mean, it's not going to work if it takes an hour to buy a sandwich. I've already eaten it 10 times, and now I need a diet plan, not for, So the settlement times and other things regarding Bitcoin have made it not particularly useful for payments. Now that could change in the future, of course. But so in the meantime, Dogecoin, on the other hand, came out, and originally it was a joke coin, and it was funny because the first time I pitched this idea, it was literally, I got an email in my inbox and it said, hey, there's a startup competition, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, hey, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. So fine, I'll just go pitch something. And so I literally went and pitched this idea just as a joke. And it turns out people liked the idea, and now all of a sudden I had a team, and well, yeah, so thank you. So the history of Dogecoin was that it started as a joke, and today, you know, the stats change every single day, but Dogecoin is arguably the most used digital currency in the world. And what I'm talking about is day-to-day transactions. I'm not talking about speculating and gambling and trading, but people trading it back and forth. And I don't have the latest up-to-date stats, but most coins out there, about 90% of their volume, let's say, is speculation on the exchanges. And 10% is, let's say, daily usage. That number is flipped when it comes to Dogecoin. 10% is speculation on the exchanges, quote, 90% is people doing transactions, right? So there are a lot of people in the world using Dogecoin, and it's also a globally known brand. You know, everybody, quote, knows Dogecoin, Doge, the dog, et cetera, et cetera. So that was how ProDoge came to be. You know, it was, hey, we have this, you know, brand, we have a coin that basically can move instantly around the world. People are already using it for day-to-day transactions. And it seems to be like, you know, a lot of the solutions out there are not necessarily up to par or what we would want, you know, or expect in today's market. So that's what we've done, is we built a, basically, you know, our friend here, Chris, he summed it up well. We are a Stripe and a Square for cryptocurrency. With our application, anybody in the world can start up their business.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you take credit cards then?
Yes, we do. So anyone in the world can start up their business in under a minute with our application. There is no KYC involved. All you need is an email, and you can start sending money or selling anything to anyone in the world. So I'll repeat that. Anyone in the world can start up their business in under a minute using ProDoge and start sending money or accepting money from anyone in the world in under a minute. For free, with no chargebacks, instantly.
Last time I'll interrupt you. So you'll be able to
You could hold the questions till then. All questions till then.
Oh.
But,
Yeah.
So,
Wait, you gotta wait.
so we are, I'll touch on he's asking about, well, I don't know the full question, but we are a peer-to-peer platform, right? So we are not a bank. We touch no money whatsoever. All we are is a platform. You come onto our platform, you can set up your profile, add your wallets. Now I can search for, I need a developer in Thailand. Boom, his profile will appear, all of his wallets will be there. I can now send him a payment instantly for free using Dogecoin, Doge Cash, Verge, and we also support Bitcoin and Digibyte as well. And on the credit card side, yes, he can either accept the credit card payment or you can send an invoice and get paid in credit cards as well. So we're not at all, you know, pushing out the old financial people. No. We're accepting everybody, and we're recognizing that, hey, you know, people use credit cards. There's a fantastic payment mechanism. But at the same time, we can also use these cryptos. So we've combined the ability to accept credit cards with the ability to accept and pay people with crypto and made it into a searchable social network so that I can take this out here, I can create an invoice in under 30 seconds, I can create a checkout in under 30 seconds, I can find anybody in this room and I can pay them instantly for free. You know, as a merchant, there are no chargebacks. So we're, you know, there are a lot of topics I could touch on, but for example, you know, international payments, right? Everybody knows about this. You know, they could take a long time, charge $50 a year, blah, 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 currency, this or that. Other things, merchants. Amazon.com, for example. People say Amazon is untouchable. I think the opposite. I think Amazon is extremely vulnerable. They charge their merchants 20% per sale. I charge 0. And I do things instantly for free with 0 chargebacks. We're going to build this out. We're going to build a global marketplace where merchants can trade instantly for free between themselves. We're going to eliminate all the fees. And we're really trying to promote the new business model of value-added services in the platform economy versus the old business model of, you know, usury and, you know, charging people fees for this, that, or the other thing, which everyone wants to get rid of. And so that's who we are. Again, we're a platform for business. Anybody in the world can start up an account in under 1 minute with just their email, and you can start sending and doing business to anyone in the world instantly for free, 0 chargebacks, 0 merchant fees. So ProDoge.com. Most of our social media is not set up yet. Again, haven't told anybody what we're doing. This is literally, we're announcing it right now. And so we'll be out in the app stores in the next, quote, 48 to 72 hours or earlier. We put in all of our apps, in the last 24 hours or so those are ongoing. So we'll be coming out with the social media and other announcements as things, progress. But, that's who we are. We're not a bank. You are the banks. This is real peer-to-peer, instant for free, all around the world. No KYC. This is 2010, as far as I'm concerned. This is why I got into this. This is what inspired me, not to recreate banks and do this type of thing. So, again, ProDoge.com. We support Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Digibyte, Doge Cash, and I will speak a little bit about Doge Cash, just because that's a great team. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Doge Cash right now. It's basically a sister or brother coin to Dogecoin. Doge Cash, again, it's highly scalable. It can scale to Visa type levels. This has already been tested. It's at around 2 or 3 cents a coin, 21 million. It's the total, so it's basically like Bitcoin, right? And there's going to be a lot of help for the animals with Doge Cash team, and they've got a lot of other cool projects as well. So don't sleep on Doge Cash, and ProDoge.com, ProDoge apps in the Apple and Android store within the next 48 to 72 hours. So
Cool.
Awesome.
Question?
Here we go. So let's talk about settlements in terms of the credit card transactions. So you have like a, what is it called? The payment processing. What is that called? It's for credit card processing. What is that called?
Well, I think you're talking about some sort of
about
PCI compliance or something.
No, I'm talking about. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is, but it's like it's a clearing thing. Right?
Swift?
ACH?
ACH?
No.
Swift?
No.
I can answer your question briefly by simply saying that we are not a credit card processor. We integrate with Stripe and PayPal.
Okay.
So you achieve your credit card processing
Through
by
Stripe and
through
PayPal.
Stripe or PayPal.
Okay.
Correct.
So then, can you clear those funds in U.S. dollars then?
They clear those funds in U.S. dollars.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just like an intermediary that has a payment processing that we can use coins with, or?
Yeah, we're strictly a platform.
Okay.
We're strictly a platform we're like an Amazon.com.
Okay. That was the question, Jeff. Okay. Turn to the nerds.
I got a couple questions. So if someone is paying in cryptocurrency to a merchant or that, do you have an option to get in or out to fiat?
No.
Got it. Okay, no problem. And then the second question is it's awesome that you're giving everything away for free. How are you getting to pay yourself and the other people who are working on this?
Well, so our business model is again on the value-added services. So right now what we're doing is we're giving people 3 to 5 free invoices a month. Anything more than that, you're paying us now $3.99 per month. And with that, you're getting the ability to customize your invoice, and you're also getting the ability to, everybody has a profile. With that current profile, you can add 2 keywords. When you pay us $3.99 a month, you can add 5 keywords. So for example, you might add, graphic designer, art, whatever you're getting found for your business. So this is the business model, $4 a month.
So $3.99.
$3.99.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then on top of that, what we want to do going forward is, as a platform, you know, the opportunity for growth and, you know, you can go this way or that way is almost endless. Like, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, if you do a service that has sort of a freemium model where,
Yeah.
you know, there's some base services that get people interested and involved, and then you have ways to do value add on top of that, it's a tried and true business model.
yeah,
Yeah. So
Thank you for sharing that, Julian.
yeah, thank you for asking.
I'll go. So first of all, congratulations on getting out, man. I know how tough that could be. So when you're coming out, you're issuing you're just platform, you're just saying, hey, here we are, or are you selling a Doge coin, or like what? How are you coming out?
So we are coming out the front door, and we're a platform, just a platform. We're literally
You're announcing it based on social media. Just come to us. We're a service. We're a platform. No tokens. No shares of stock. No nothing. You can use this and use it in Dogecoin.
yeah,
Pardon me, what is this? Dogecoin?
yes.
What, can you say that again? I just walked in, pardon
Yeah,
me.
sure. Briefly, you can sign up with just your email in under a minute. Under a minute, you can start invoicing, selling people on the spot, mobile point of sale, or paying anyone in this room instantly for free.
What is the name again?
ProDoge.
ProDoge.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it listed anywhere?
It'll be on the Android and Apple stores within 48 to 72 hours, depending on their approval process.
So it's a platform.
It's a platform.
It's not a token.
No, it's a
Okay.
peer-to-peer platform
Gotcha.
for mobile point of sale, invoicing, and paying people.
I see.
You missed the past 10 minutes.
I missed it. I'm sorry, I just walked
I
in.
recorded it so you could
All
listen.
right. Thanks.
Yeah, so pardon me, I know you guys are not a huge fan of banks here, but I'm gonna ask a question from the perspective of someone who's worked at a bank. Now, I think one of the value-added things that a bank provides is because it is a highly regulated industry, there's a lot of things that the banks have to comply with, like anti-money laundering, know your customer, also things they have to know about basic customer information, Bank Secrecy Act. What are you going to do to garner a sense of trust on your platform? Sort of something that the banks are able to do via the U.S. government.
Trust us. You don't need it.
Well, maybe I'm just going to point to that guy.
So are you going to do anything to like stop terrorist funding or money laundering?
Oh, absolutely.
No, we're all going to launder money there. That's the whole point.
We're definitely not Silk Web, 2.0 or anything like that. There's no way that you can, close down crime and these types of things 100%. People do what they're going to do, but we absolutely do have and will continue to have and work on controls so that, for example, if somebody creates a profile, sex slave, fentanyl, weaponry, these types of obvious things we're going to be on the lookout for and absolutely, put an end to quickly. And then otherwise, though, we are a trustless platform in the sense that it's peer-to-peer. So, know who you're doing business with. And, that's one thing that we do, and it's a, quote, a value add to the ProDoge platform, is that you're not just finding people and sending money. We're confirming transactions for you. So you can send an invoice to somebody and you don't have to wait for, quote, John to call you and say, hey, I just paid you. No, your ProDoge app will tell you the Bitcoin has arrived, the Dogecoin has arrived, right? And so, this is, again, it's sort of creating trust. It's like, hey, I sent my invoice, now the app is telling me that the other guy sent the money, it's all in my app. So, we're absolutely working on, user experience, things like that. And definitely will be working absolutely to not allow any sort of
and I can add to that actually. As a banker, Jeff's a banker or a former banker. The fact that you don't have a Dogecoin to, am I saying that right?
Dogecoin.
Doge.
Sounds like douche.
It does. But anyways, the fact that you don't have a Doge to fiat option leaves it in the hands of the regulators in those countries. Like, especially if you're sending money overseas or anything like that. Anything over, I would say, even maybe $1,000, maybe especially $10,000. Their banks, especially in Kuwait, places like that, Middle East, they will absolutely flag that account and they'll just take that money away. So there's already regulations. The fact that they're just in Dogecoin protects them because these guys can't pull their. You can't cash it.
Do you guys do
know?
crypto to crypto exchange or no?
That was,
You just
that was
payment
gonna be my
processing
question.
in the-
Is it it's ProDoge that uses the Dogecoin as the medium of exchange?
So ProDoge supports Dogecoin. We also support Bitcoin, Digibyte, and we will be supporting Doge Cash, Verge, PayPal, and Stripe.
So there's this concept, I'm sure you're aware of interoperability among federated systems. So in that case, does that operate between various systems, or is it the Bitcoin or Dogecoin that is the go-between? Could you interface with PayPal or Stripe or something else, or
Well,
is it?
we can absolutely interface with them in the sense that you can connect your account, and then you can conduct your transactions using your PayPal account however you wish. And so, but our interfacing with PayPal is limited to allowing you to interface with them. We're an intermediary allowing you to connect them and then providing a grander platform for you to do business. And then as far as other sort of interoperabilities, you know, we support various coins that I just mentioned, but you know, if you want to exchange a Dogecoin into a Bitcoin, you know,
that's up to you on an exchange or
yeah,
wherever.
that's the thing. There are already
There
are dozens of exchanges, dozens of wallets.
Right.
So you know when you open up a ProDoge and you get an invoice for somebody, it'll say pay by app. When you click pay by app, it'll open up and you'll have a choice of whatever your crypto wallets are.
Now, is that are you affiliated with Dogecoin in any way?
Only as a fan.
What's it trading at these days, by the way?
I think it's between 2 and 3 cents,
Okay.
or tenths of a penny.
Why did you choose that?
So because Dogecoin has a global brand, and also Dogecoin is, it's essentially instant.
Or be on time next time,
Sometimes it can't help the.
Well, this is
can't
why
help
we
the
chose.
traffic.
This is why we chose Dogecoin, because essentially it's like Bitcoin. The Bitcoin walks in, a half an hour late. The Dogecoin was already here, on time. So
I'm not familiar with Dogecoin. What are some of the properties that are that make it desirable?
So basically, it's Dogecoin is basically instant around the world. 30 seconds or something of this nature. The price is relatively consistent and stable, between, let's say, 2 and 3
Now,
cents.
say the more people use it than on the exchanges opposed to like peer-to-peer. That was the good stuff.
Okay, so this guy's been helping me out all night.
Yeah.
You got our team already.
Yeah.
So,
You work with them?
He's a good idea. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
well, what he was referencing was just that there's a stat that was, and hopefully it's still very much apropos today. It's basically that most coins, their volume, 90% of them is people trading it and speculating on exchanges,
Sure.
and only 10% is, let's say, real-world use case.
Sure.
Doge is a flip of that.
Okay.
People are using it to tip, to do this, that, or the other thing,
Gotcha.
and the speculation is only a small part of its actual use.
What is the daily volume of it?
Daily volumes,
I mean, traded on at various exchanges.
I want to say over $100 million, definitely, and it's been as high as several billion.
At 2 or 3 cents, that's quite a bit of
Yeah.
transaction.
Yeah, and it's not even 2 or 3 cents, it's 2 or 3 tenths of a cent.
Yeah.
And so the average, again, don't quote me, but it's something like $1,000 is the average transaction size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is there a blockchain associated with what you're doing, or you have
So
you
yeah,
have an app?
there's no blockchain associated with anything that we're doing.
Okay. So you just have the payment app.
Yep.
Okay,
Strictly
gotcha.
a payment.
All right, I think I'm caught up. I'm out of
You
here.
got
See
it.
you guys.
You got it.
Any other questions?
No, just a comment, Julian. I run one of the leading crypto compliance companies. You've done a really nice job of deciding what services you provide to keep you from having to deal with KYC, AML, and some of that other stuff. And so, if that was one of your goals, it seems like you actually sliced that one really well. That you're providing as many services as possible without potentially getting yourself in trouble. The one comment I would just give you on that is the regulators keep expanding what they view their world is that they get to touch, so just make sure you keep an eye on it.
I
So
thought of
that
that and
if
moved
things
out of the
change,
country.
yeah, if things change, there's a lot of companies in this space that have had like regulations change and they didn't, and then they get caught up. So just pay attention to
Yeah,
it.
thank
But you've done a really nice job in the initial launch of figuring out the right way to slice that you don't have to take that problem on.
That was a key. That was definitely, you know, especially as a bootstrap startup, that was, you know, getting that right. So appreciate that very much.
Were you joking when you said you moved out of the country, or are you domiciled in the U.S.? Or?
You know, I'm not even going to answer that question. because-
Not on film anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't want to get kidnapped, and for, you know, sending some coins around and helping people. You know, we're trying to do a great service for people, and like I said, we're not Silk Web 2.0. We'll be on top of that stuff. You know, so and. Yeah.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that the merchants will chat between each other, like chatting?
So absolutely, right now these are the types of things where we can really grow this thing and build this thing. You know that, you know, absolutely. You know, you should be able to, hey, I want to buy that product. Can you, you know, so absolutely, that's a great, you know, these are the types of things that can be added onto a platform to really provide value to individuals and or merchants. Yeah.
Anyone else?
So you say it's not quite in the app stores yet?
So, yeah, so the app will be live in the app stores 48 to 72 hours, depending on Apple and Google's timelines. And
Just submitted it?
yeah, just submitted in the last 24 hours.
Okay, well, good. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Cool.
Have you had any other? Have you had any other? Have you had transactions? Have you had? I guess a soft launch, so to speak.
We've tested things internally, certainly.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there might still be a couple bugs, and you know, we're working on those, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, you know, the transactions are peer-to-peer or using somebody's PayPal or Stripe. But when you're doing crypto, we're also monitoring the blockchains involved, whether that's Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and so we're confirming transactions.
Mm-hmm.
So if you send me an invoice and I pay it, you know, you don't need to call me and say, hey, did you pay me? The app will say,
Sure, you'll get it.
And the platform accepts Bitcoin as well, right?
yeah, you can use
And there's zero fees.
Zero
transactions.
zero fees.
All right, that's great.
There's zero fees with your platform, or with Bitcoin.
You're gonna pay whatever the blockchain fee is
Yeah.
related to Bitcoin or whatever you're using.
Right.
But as a platform, we charge zero fees.
Really?
And we are not a middleman. We do not act as a bank or custodian.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, that's great.
So a peer-to-peer, but not necessarily point of sale.
Well, we are a mobile point of sale, so I can take this out right now and I can create a mobile checkout in under 20 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And it'll give me a QR code, a wallet address.
But the platform also offers like invoicing. You can like customize it, make it nice.
Uh-huh,
like, do
okay.
Your business.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go to work for him if you're not.
So I like the platform, man.
Thank you. So, you know, yeah, I mean, we, you know, again, a big inspiration, not to belabor and continue onward, but too much, but, you know, yeah, we wanted to, you know, a lot of crypto stuff, you know, they come out and, you know, then it's like, oh yeah, oh, wait a minute, you're gonna hold my money and you're gonna charge me the fees? Well, isn't that what everybody else is doing? We're supposed to be crypto, right? So, you know, this is, we're trying to bring it back to, you know, 2010. Look, we're doing peer-to-peer, no fees, no middlemen. This is crypto. This is ProDoge. ProDoge.com.
What's your Twitter handle?
At ProDoge, and Android and Apple, 48 to 72 hours.
So
Right on.
what is your business model then, if no fees?
Our business model.
That was 15 minutes ago.
Sorry guys, one-on-one traffic, man. Sorry.
Value added
You're
services.
forgiven.
It's subscription.
Yeah, subscription
Ah,
value
okay.
added services.
So what is the
So
subscription?
the
Which you
subscription
guys
right
already
now
know.
is you'll be able to spice up you'll have unlimited invoicing. You'll be able to spice it up with your logo and that type of thing. And also, because you create a profile in ProDoge. It's a global searchable social network.
Okay.
So you can advertise yourself and your business with up to 5 keywords.
Okay.
So people are searching for, let's say, graphic designer,
Right.
Los Angeles. Now we have a Google model built into ProDoge where, hey, I want to be the graphic designer that people are, seeing. The guy mowing the lawns, So we have that search business model built in as well, along with subscription.
Okay.
It's $3.99.
And my only advice
Is that per month?
My only advice is say $3.99 than $3.99 because it's a huge difference, and a lot of people charge $400, for advertising, and that's cheap for advertising.
Yeah.
So say $3.99. That's great. That's incredible.
$3.99.
That's incredible. What a value.
Yeah, that
What a service.
that could be quite a value, especially if you developed a nice ecosystem and we're able to use a lot of search terms in that ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got some really exciting things in the pipeline. I'll give another shout out to Doge Cash. Again, don't sleep on Doge Cash.
Okay.
And Jeff sent me some stuff earlier today. I'm not even going to say anything, but just don't sleep on Doge Cash.
All right.
Protege.
I'll look it up and see how many I can get for 2/10 of 1 cent. Is that what you said? Nice.
Be a Dogecoin millionaire.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, Julian, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Don't forget, next month is the LA Fintech Awards. So it's basically going to be, I think, what is it? October 17th, I think, or 19th. I forgot the date. But basically, it's people like Julian, some of the other demos that were here throughout the year, and it's a voting thing on the awards. They get trophies, so all you guys should come and vote. You'll probably get emails. It actually starts now. Thanks a lot for joining.